Hi there, everybody. This is David, and welcome to New RPG News. It is a long holiday weekend. Hope that everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I know that I did. I am still, 2 days later, completely stuffed from my Thanksgiving feast that I had. Hope that everybody had a really good time. But I have news to bring to y'all, and I do think that that's worth a sub, as I do try my hardest to hit 100,000 subscribers. And with your help, your like, and your sub, I just know that I can get there. We have a lot of stuff to talk about today, starting with a giveaway that I'm doing. And what's better than a free game? A free game of your choice. This is any game that you want. I'm giving this away over on the Twitter as well as Blue Sky. I will have links below in the video description for this. Basically, just follow the little rules. You go on down there, you click the link, and then you hit sign up, and then you will get entered into a chance to win a free game on their website, which is a digital game, and it is really very generous of them. Thank you for that. Here's some great news. Koei Tecmo plans to go from 2,500 to 5,000 employees, so they're going to double their workforce and lean further into AAA games and lower their expectations of the mobile market. Finally, one of these companies out there has their heads on straight. So it says right here that they've recently formed a new in-house AAA studio, and they've already mentioned plans to make yearly releases of major titles a priority. According to their explanation to their shareholders, this is because the company expects the console and PC game market to grow due to new hardware releases, as well as mobile gamers instead transitioning over to PC and console games, which is an observation that they made based upon the success of recent Chinese and Korean titles. So basically they're saying, hey, all these mobile gamers, they're going to move over to console and PC, and less console gamers are going to move over to mobile. So they're, saying no more mobile, more on console and PC. Then they said, on the other hand, the representatives noticed that the mobile game market is already mature and that a significant growth is unlikely to be seen, so mobile's kind of capped out. In response to these market conditions, the company plans to establish a development framework that will allow them to steadily produce AAA titles. To this end, Koei Tecmo even intends to double their scale, going from 2,500 to 5,000 employees in the long run. If you don't know who this company is, they made Dynasty Warrior Origins, they made games like Fairy Tail 2, and Atelier Yumiya as well. So yeah, here's hoping for some more great games. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Final Fantasy VII Part 3 is just going to be just like the World of Ruin in Final Fantasy VI. I'm telling y'all, you're going to get the airship first thing. Title: Square Enix will focus on the airship for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. I cannot wait! Okay, Hamaguchi's talking. He says, while Final Fantasy VII Rebirth offered a large map, when thinking about the original Final Fantasy VII, then Part 3 of the new remake trilogy will bring the Highwind airship into play. Because of the introduction of the airship, the director said that the world needs to be experienced from a higher perspective. Additionally, Hamaguchi concluded the presentation with the following statement: "We will not cheat with the airship system, but we'll take the challenge head on so that you can freely fly all over the game map." I can't wait. I cannot wait for this game. And now in news that I will believe whenever I see, because the last time they had a portable, they had the PSP, which I liked the PSP. I really did. I thought that the PSP was great, but Sony at every opportunity would shit all over the PSP and just not really support it or not really help it. I don't know why. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it had some great RPGs on it, but they wanted to focus on their home consoles. And then the Vita came out, and then Sony was like, what's the Vita? What's that? I don't even know what you're talking about. They didn't support it at all. They forgot that it even existed. Give me a break. But now Sony is working on another portable PS5, apparently. The new device is currently in the early stages, people familiar with the matter said. Okay, here we go. This console is aimed at expanding PlayStation's reach and contending with Nintendo for the portable gaming market, and it would also act as a counter to any potential mobile hardware from Microsoft Gaming, which recently confirmed that it is working on prototypes. According to the People, the portable device is likely years away from launch, and Sony Interactive Entertainment could still decide against releasing it. The PlayStation Portal their remote player for the PlayStation 5 exceeded expectations whenever that came out, and it was initially intended to function as a standalone device without the need for a PlayStation 5, the people said. So I think that that is what this new device is going to be. It's going to be a portable device that you can play that probably would still have like your home screen and probably only work with like digital titles or something like that, and it would transfer on in. I would imagine it would work that way. I'm not entirely sure, but let's hope and pray that Sony releases it and they actually support the fricking thing. Wuthering Waves is coming out for the PlayStation 5 on January the 2nd of next year. It is due out alongside a version 2.0 update of the mobile game. This is a free-to-play open-world action RPG that is coming out, and it says it's a story-rich open-world game with a high degree of freedom. You wake from your slumber as Rover, joined by a vibrant cast of Resonators on a journey to reclaim your lost memories and surmount the lament. I know that this is one of the more popular mobile games out there, so if you want to check this out, but actually play it with a controller on a console, now you can. Project Mugen is officially titled Ananta, and I keep on wanting to say Atlanta. Every time that I look at it, I want to say Atlanta, but it's not Atlanta, it's Ananta. A new trailer to premiere on December the 4th. Welcome to the world of Nova, where random girls fall from the air with their asses hanging out. Sure, whatever. That's what I'm going to be doing. If I'm falling to my death, I'm going to make a peace sign to somebody. Like, that's really dumb, but whatever. Anyway, it is an urban open world RPG where you play as an ACD agent embarking on an exhilarating adventure. Welcome to Nova, the sun-soaked coastal hub that's perfect for ditching winter. I don't know how you ditch a season, but whatever. The city is electric. Whether you're street surfing in Paradox Plaza or pulling marathon gaming sessions at Glimmer Gold, there's never a dull moment. And with humans and chaos living side by side, you'll never know what crazy twists your adventure might take. Nova Tourism Board Pro Tip: run into chaos gone wild? Report it first, snap selfies later. Have a blast, but stay safe. This is coming out for the PS5, the PC, the iOS, and Android, but no release date has yet been announced for random rabbit girl with her little smirk as she falls to her imminent doom. Chrono Sword launches in early access for PC on December the 6th, and console versions will follow alongside a full release. Let's see, it's coming out for the PlayStation 5, Xbox, PS4, Switch, and PC at a later date. The early access version will contain roughly 30% of the total content planned for the game, including 3 regions, a diverse array of monsters and bosses, and a range of equipment. Now, this tells the story of a dark, gothic fantasy world of Aldenor, where players must travel between the past and the future to unlock its secrets. I mean, that's why Chrono is in the title right there. Whenever I saw this game, I was like, oh, Chrono Sword, what is that? Oh my god, Chrono, this is great. And then I was like, ooh. I like looked at it, and then I was like, ooh. And then it's like Souls-like, and I'm like, ooh. It renders its vast three-dimensional world in pixel graphics. Players can step into the role of a time traveler, venturing freely between the past, present, and future in maps that seamlessly transition without loading screens. They're going on and on and on about this game, but like every time I look at it, I'm just like, this isn't the pixel graphics that I know and I like. I've seen better pixel graphics, no joke, on the SNES. So I don't know why they're very proud of this or why they turned it into a Souls-like, but whatever. It's obviously not for me. I guess the lawsuit with Nintendo isn't stopping them, because Palworld is out with a next major update launching in December, adding a new island 6 times the size of Sakurajima, plus a Terraria collaboration is coming in next year. We do not have a specific release date for this update, though. It says, the new mysterious island is the largest and harshest in Palworld's history. The island is about 6 times the size of Sakurajima, which was added in the last major update. Powerful tower bosses and many vicious new species of pals lurk here. A new large amount of content will also be added, and these announcements will be made on the Palworld YouTube channel and official social media leading up to the release. And then there's various screenshots, and it says right now it's currently on sale 25% off on the Steam Autumn sale, and then they're doing this collaboration with Terraria as well next year. Baldur's Gate 3 Patch 8 launches in 2025, adds crossplay, photo mode, and 12 new subclasses, and there's a stress test planned for early January as well. So as far as the crossplay is concerned, it says whether you're joining PlayStation 5 players from your PC or jumping into the game with a Macintosh from your Xbox, Baldur's Gate 3 multiplayer will soon feature full cross-platform progression, including cross-play, so you can play with other people from different consoles or servers or whatever. And this new patch will introduce a new way to play your favorite classes, adding one new subclass for each of the existing classes: the Bard, the Barbarian, the Cleric, Druid, Paladin, Fighter, Monk, Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer, Warlock, and Wizard. Expect new abilities, animations, video effects, summons, and cantrips, and unique voice dialogue lines from the Oathbreaker Knight with written reactivity for Oathbreakers, along with a touch of homebrewing on certain actions to enhance your role-playing experience. Then over here it goes through the various subclasses that are available, and there's quite a bit and some other things. So if you want to look at this, this is quite a long article detailing everything that's coming up in this next patch. This looks cutesy wootsy patootsies. This is Snowman Story, and it's coming to the Nintendo Switch on December the 12th. It's already available for the PC, iOS, and Android. It is $5. It says that the story of a snowman named Chris, brought to life one cold winter's day by a lonely boy in need of a playmate. Chris is content with his simple existence. But when the crackling crow reveals to him that one night he'll melt away as soon as the weather warms, Chris must embark on a long journey to a paradise far to the north, where it's said that snowmen can survive even the coming of spring. Along the way, he'll encounter a host of friendly woodland creatures who will guide him on his trek and help him tackle tricky ice puzzles whenever things get slippery. If you want to, you can skip these puzzles if you just wanted to put in the story mode, though. He'll also come across other snowmen who tried but failed to make the very same pilgrimage, and gain the ability to read their memories embedded in their melted remains. Hopefully, by learning how they met their tragic ends, Chris can avoid the same fate. After all, what meaning can there possibly be in a life that lasts but a single winter? This looks so freaking cute. This is like the perfect cozy winter game. Cat Quest 3 Moo content update now available. Adds new quests, dungeons, bosses, and gear to this as well. We got 5 new side quests, 4 new dungeons, 3 new boss fights, and new gear galore right here. So yeah, if you want to grab this, be sure to. It's out for the PS4, PS5, Xbox Switch, and PC, and the Cat Quest games are some of the best indie games out there. Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent, that is the mobile game. The Western version service operations are going to transfer from Square Enix over to NetEase Games on January the 6th. To me, this just seems like a bookkeeping sort of thing. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to like erase your save and you have to like start over. It's not going to do any of that. It's just transferring it from the Square Enix server over to the NetEase server, and apparently they already manage the operations for the game in Southeast Asia and China. Their statement: with the 2.5-year anniversary approaching in January 2025, we decided the best way to continue to provide quality content for everybody was to work together in collaboration with NetEase. As for additional main story content and such for which we've received many requests, everything is planned for release after operations have been transferred over to NetEase. Players will of course be able to transfer their game data and continue with their adventures. So it really shouldn't cause any sort of headaches for y'all if you're playing, and it's just going to include additional content after the server merge is over. Ever 17, The Out of Infinity, and Never 7, The End of Infinity remasters are coming out for the PS4, Switch, and PC, and they are coming to the West as well. They're coming out in Asia and Japan on March the 6th of next year. So let's look and see what these are about. It says, this is the second original entry into the Infinity series, first released by Kid in 2002. In 2011, Mages released a remake version for the Xbox 360, featuring fully 3D characters, new scenarios, and updated graphics. The remastered version retains the 2D character expressions from the original game, while rebuilding the outfits and opening movie from the remake in 2D. Additionally, the new scenario elements introduced in the remake have been incorporated, making this the definitive edition of Ever 17. Okay, here we go. We're finally getting to what the actual game is. Oh, it's a visual novel. Great. The game is a suspense-filled visual novel told from the perspectives of 2 protagonists. 7 individuals find themselves trapped in an underwater theme park called Lamu. At the beginning of the game, the player selects either a college student, Takeshi Kuranari, or some boy with amnesia who is obviously nameless, then progresses through the story with that character's point of view. So yeah, if you're into suspense-filled visual novels in some weirdo underwater theme park, then be sure to pick this up, and apparently you get it and the sequel too. And in our final story of the day, we have some drama. Penny Blood Studio sues former publisher, alleging unpaid funds. So the Penny Blood developer Studio Wild Rose has filed a lawsuit in Osaka against Dangan Entertainment and its ex-CEO, Ben Judd. So Dangan Entertainment was the company that managed the double Kickstarter campaign for Penny Blood and Arm Fantasia, which raised about 380 million yen overall. It says despite the campaign's success, it appears that things are not going so well for the team behind the Shadow Heart's spiritual successor, because Dangan Entertainment has not paid production funds raised during the Kickstarter campaign. The fact that this suit was filed in May lines up with Studio Wild Rose's Kickstarter update, where we learned that Penny Blood was struggling to find a publisher. As far as I'm aware, they still have yet to find a publisher. And it says that the last time that they updated was in November. Yeah, the team still hasn't given up its search. So it says there are only 2 months left in the year, which means that 2 years have passed since the double Kickstarter campaign. Unfortunately, we have still not found a publisher for Penny Blood. However, we at Studio Wild Rose have not lost hope, and we continue to work on various content through which we can bring the characters and world of Penny Blood to life. Here's hoping that, number one, they get a publisher, for God's sakes, and number two, they win this lawsuit so that they get this money free so that they can develop their game and maybe even self-publish it. Who knows what they're going to have to do, but this is wild because, you know, a lot of people donated to this Kickstarter, including me, and, you know, I wanted Arm Fantasia more than I wanted Penny Blood, because, you know, Wild Arms. But, you know, I want them both. You know what I'm saying? I want them both. I don't just want one or the other. I want them both. That's what I bid for. That's what I, you know, donated for or whatever. So that's what I want and that's what I expect. So, yeah, this is ridiculous. Give them the money that they need in order to make their game so we can get these games in a timely manner. It has been quite a bit of time. Hopefully we at least get Arm Fantasia next year, at least some sort of gameplay trailer or something from these, because we've seen a lot of gameplay from Penny Blood, not a lot of gameplay from Arm Fantasia. So hopefully we do see that. Anyway, that's it for this week's news. Hope that you all enjoyed it. And again, I hope that you did have a really good Thanksgiving and a really nice holiday weekend. And I hope that you're playing some great games, because there was a cool Black Friday sale that was going on that's still going on right now. And if you missed me going over those games that are on sale, be sure to check out the video that I did yesterday going over a lot of great RPGs on sale. Check that out. And as always, have a good day.